年生か3年生ぐらいから気質が変わってもうチリチリになって。
この変化の後、ひなのライフスタイルは極めてブラックになりました。
黒人アーティストとかそういうのを見てて、あ、かっこいいなって思ってて。
Happy Black History Month, everyone. Today we'll be talking about a former Gyaru substyle influenced by Black culture, B Gyaru. Are these Gyaru showcasing their love for Black culture, or are they cosplaying as Black people? We will go down a brief deep dive of how influential the Black culture is in the Gyaru community and around the world. So let's get started. I'm your host, Kei Mendoza. Gyaru Garment Guide is your no more fashion guide for Gyaru culture and important information you need to know as a gal. This is to help build your gal uniform and so you complete your look. This is for anybody who is new to gal or anybody who is already gal and want to learn more about other sub-styles. Okay. Gyaru is a fashion substyle for all ages that is associated with bold outfits, hair, and along with extreme makeup. The substyle was formed to rebel against the stereotypical Asian and Japanese beauty, fashion, and culture, and to not fit into the stereotypical Asian beauty standards and stereotypical roles of women. So, here is a brief history of Gyaru. I believe that, in my opinion, there's a misconception about Japanese beauty and fashion. So I feel like everyone thinks, well, not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people assume that in Japan, Harajuku is everywhere, like Osaka, in the countryside, and that everybody in Japan is wearing a Harajuku themed outfit. No, not everybody in Japan is dressing like this, but the beauty standard in Japan was never associated with like Gao, Shibuya, and Harajuku culture, fashion culture. You know, of course, Japan is known for anime, scenario as kawaii packaging, and these unique concepts and ideas. But I feel like Japan is clean girl. The Asian beauty standard is clean girl, in my opinion. And from like doing my research and just looking into different videos from the 90s and from like traditional Japanese beauty, it's clean girl. You know, having the pale skin, the dark hair, and a plain outfit, that is still technically the Japanese beauty standard. So during the 90s, it was rare to see anybody with a Harajuku themed outfit on, you know? Naomi Amuro is the first gal, but I believe she wasn't doing this to create a substyle. I genuinely believe that she did this because she was just being herself. Now with Naomi, she is from Okinawa, so Okinawa is it's like the Hawaiian of Japan is what they call it. So she had tan skin, she had like blonde, bleach colored hair, and she had makeup on. So the girls in Japan saw her like, you know what? I'm going to dress like her. And they were so heavily inspired by her that they were like the first ever gals. So they became the Amuro Gyarus. Janet Jackson and TLC are some of her influences. And Janet Jackson plays a huge part in the influence of Japan. Janet Jackson has so much influence over Japan. That has to be one of the most countries where she has a lot of her fan base outside of America. Doesn't really matter even has a Japanese version. And I only found this out because I listened to a lot of J-pop and I was like, wow, Janet Jackson influence strikes again. B Gyaru is a self-style influenced by Black culture. This can be Black culture from Africa, Black culture from America, and even Black culture for the Caribbeans. Mostly in the B Gyaru self-style, it's influenced by Black American culture with hip-hop and R&B. Street style popularized by Black Americans took the early 2000s and mid-2000s by storm, not just in America but globally. B Gals are those who admire Black culture, and B Gals aren't Black. B Gals aren't Blasian. B Gals are girls who are non-Black, and in this case, Asian, and they like to transform themselves with the hair, the tanning, and the clothing to represent themselves as Black or Malaysian. Now, in this series called Gyaru Garment Guide, I like to break down how to dress as that particular substyle, what type of clothing that substyle will usually wear, even certain brands that may be specifically for Gyarus or brands that aren't Gyaru based and gals like to shop, but honestly, really, when it comes to B Gal, it's really just hip-hop fashion. It's really just streetwear and whatever is popular in the Black community, whatever the Black people or whatever we are wearing is what they baby shoe is for the B Gyarus, okay? And I'm assuming that the baby shoe comes from a Japanese clothing brand called Shoop. Or it can come from the Salt and Pepper song, Shoop. Once again, B Gyaru is no longer associated with the Gyaru community. They are no longer Gyarus. Even now, onto the hair, just box braids, any type of braids that are associated with Black culture. They also like to style their hair to where it mimics our hair. And as the girl mentioned in the video, I believe she was influenced because her hair became frizzy. And believe it or not, like, Black people have curly hair. Black people can have curly to curly hair types. I'm assuming that her hair got frizzy because she was in and out of the water and because of her hair type. And that some Asians can actually have 3A to 3C hair types. I do think it's ridiculous about how she said, well, my hair became frizzy and it reminded her of Black hair. So her hair became frizzy and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna start being Black for life. There are Black people in Asia. There are Black-owned salons in Asia. There are Black-owned braiding shops in Asia. And there are also non-Black-owned braiding salons that will braid your hair. And they will try their best to mimic their hair to our hair, as I mentioned before.
So I headed straight to Baby Shoop, the epicenter of the B-style movement. It was worse than I thought. Black for life plastered on hats. Marijuana leaves on shirts, earrings, even keychains. It was like a Spencer's Gifts, but actually it was just like a Spencer's Gifts. And then I saw Hina, the ringmaster of B-style, who's apparently gotten into Vladimir Putin's lifestyle as well. And I cut right to the chase.
Would you rather be Black than Japanese?
No, I love Japan.
I'd like to be Italian. Just not having to put as much sunscreen on and being able to go like this in an argument. Yeah. Are you ever worried that this might be offensive to Black people in any way? Or?
A lot of Japanese people aspire to emulate the fashion sense of foreign countries. Each person has their own taste.
Actually, the more I looked into it, what Hina is doing is pretty common in Japan. There are B-stylers, Japanese Chicanos, Japanese rockabillys. They don't seem embarrassed about it at all.
If anyone tries to tell you that Black people and Black culture does not have an influence over Gyaru culture and Gyaru culture, show them this video. And the people that are saying that are obviously racist. Black culture has a big influence in Gyaru culture, and there are so many other different substyles that aren't cosplaying as Black people, and I really would like y'all to actually watch a few of my videos that I make about Gyaru culture and videos I will make in the future on different substyles. And this video was not made to be a race war and to leave racist comments. And if there are racist comments or people trying to disagree on this video, you will be blocked and deleted. Once again, I don't care if you're Black and making racist comments or Asians or non-Asians making racist comments. This video was not meant to be a race war, because I know some people may think I'm trying to go there. I'm a freaking Gyaru I'm a freaking Gyaru. No. So, thank y'all for watching the third video of Gyaru Garment Guides, the Black History episode, and make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. And if you have any suggestions on what substyles I should talk about next, leave it in the comments. Happy Black History Month.